Hey everybody, it's Colin Wilson with the Action Network here with Johnny Manziel, and we're going to do Johnny's Scramble Drill and get some picks for this college football playoff coming up. Johnny, thanks for joining me here. Let's jump right into it. First, we're going to start off on New Year's Eve. The Fiesta Bowl has Penn State lined as an 11.5 point favorites over Boise State, a total at 53.5. And really, the big narrative here is, can Penn State stop Ashton Jeanty? And will Boise State improve their poor tackle grading? What do you think, Johnny?
I think this is the game that Boise State's going to have to really try and outscore them. Jinty's going to have to play his absolute best and really try and get loose. I think this is a Penn State team that's obviously going to be dialed and focused in on stacking the box, trying to stop this run and trying to make Boise beat them in other ways. But I have faith in Boise State and Ashton Jinty to be able to cover this number. So I'm going to take Boise and the points, and hopefully they can keep this a close one.
Yeah, Ashton about to be everybody's number one draft pick in fantasy football. We'll see how that turns out in the NFL. Let's pivot over to the Peach Bowl. Let's go to Atlanta. Texas is a huge favorite, minus 12.5, and a quarterfinal game against Arizona State. And really, this all comes down to, can Arizona State find some sort of groove, find some sort of package like Clemson did with Cam Skattebo?
Yeah, I think you exactly said it. They're going to be able to have to go to what got Arizona State to this point, really throwing the ball over the middle and really running it with Cam to be able to open up some of these holes on this Texas defense. I know Texas, even though they had a couple of holes, in that Clemson game, I really think that they'll be a little bit better prepared to play this Arizona State team. I'm going to take Texas as much as I want to take the hometown Arizona State Sun Devils. I think Texas is gonna win this game handily.
Johnny Manziel needs Steve Sarkisian to execute in the red zone, and he needs to Sark has been trying to do that all season long. Let's move on to the Rose Bowl. Ohio State's traveling out west again because when they went to Eugene, did not win. Last second slide by Will Howard cost them the game. Right now, the line is minus 2.5. It took some steam on open. The total is 55.5. Winning rematches can be tough, Johnny. I mean, has Ohio State adjusted enough on both sides of the ball to win this Rose Bowl?
I think beating any team twice in a year is really, really hard, especially whenever you have tape on the game, you're able to correct some things. I think the good news for Ohio State in this game is really the way that they played last week. Is Tennessee a world beater? I don't think so, but they were a good football team enough to where Ohio State comes out early, puts points on the board. I think this game will be an offensive shootout if Ohio State's going to play that way. But I'm going to continue to go with the team that I have winning it all, and I'm going to keep it on the Ducks here in Oregon.
Yeah, let's move on to what I consider a Cajun spice level 10 in New Orleans terms. We're going to go to the Sugar Bowl where Notre Dame is an underdog against Georgia. Georgia, a 1 point favorite right now, a market that is sinking towards back to a pick, and a total at 45, which is also dropping here. We assume there's going to be a lot of running here, but is the Notre Dame rushing attack or the Gunner Stockton Georgia offense going to be the one that wins out here?
Yeah, I like Notre Dame in this game just simply because of Gunnar Stockton at the quarterback position, throwing to a bunch of guys who lead the country in drops. So as far as passing game goes for Georgia, it's been up and down throughout the season, and then you lose your starter. It doesn't bode well for them. I think, obviously Notre Dame's going to have to try and keep the ball on the ground. That's really what, they do best. Riley Leonard just to have to make enough plays against the Georgia defense that'll be prepared for this game and ready to go. But I see this being a low scoring game and one that Notre Dame finds a way to squeak out.
Yeah, absolutely the same thinking coming from this side. All right, Johnny, thanks for joining me. That's it this week for the quarterfinals with Johnny Scramble Drill. We'll see you next time for the national semifinals. Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, buddy.